This is KRDS News, your news source for the Annandale High School Cardinals.
Hello, Annandale High School, and welcome to KRDS News. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Joseph. Thank you for joining us today for the final broadcast of the quarter.
Last Saturday, the speech team competed at the Malacca Invitational Meet. The night before the meet, the weather was watched very carefully just in case the meet had to be canceled, but it remained on schedule. There, the team accepted the first place award for a medium team. For individuals, we have first place champions of their categories, Julia Segner, Julia Kerr, and Ryan Helm. For fourth place, we have Allie Heine, and for seventh, there was Stal Worth, Keely Jacobson, Julia Kerr, and Allie Heine, and honorable mentions include Macy Groth, Miles Hayes, and Tristan Tetrick. Congrats, Speechies, and the team's next meet is tomorrow at Dassico Cato. Go get them, Speechies.
Last week at this time, BPA was competing at the state level. Grace Gillitzer and John Lovegren stood out from hundreds of competitors that were there. Here's an interview with Grace, brought to you by Courtney Hoagie and Richard Provost.
Okay, so I competed in personal financial management and banking and finance. So at state, we had about 40 in each of my events. And I got first in personal finance and second in banking. We have old tests. We spend time on our own studying these tests independently, and Robo will have one-on-one meetings with us to help us with any questions we have. So next is Nationals. It's in Anaheim, California this year. It'll be at the end of April, and I compete in both events. It's paid for by the BPA fund. The school store funds our trip, so I don't have to pay anything. So John competed in SQL programming and Python programming. In SQL, he got 6th, and in Python, he got 1st. And someone dropped out of SQL, so he's also competing in SQL. In most events, they take the top 5 or the top 3, and then if some people can't make it to nationals, then they'll drop out, and then the next person gets moved up. Last year, I did better at regions, but I did worse at state, and last year I got 25th in nationals. I want to make it in top 10, get on stage for nationals.
Nice job to everyone from BPA. Good luck to Grace and John in their future competitions.
This week, KRDS News correspondents Ella and Richard interview robotics captains Mandara Romness and Marissa Dickinson. Let's take a look.
I'm Marissa.
I'm Mandara.
At competitions, we basically go to a big building and play this year's game and interact with a bunch of different teams, like 55 different teams.
Yeah, it's cool because like for qualification matches, which is what happens before finals, it's 3-on-3, so you're paired up with random teams and you have to play random teams, and so you really have to learn how to work together with people that you don't know.
We only have 6 weeks to build a robot, so it gets kind of hectic.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things to do in a very short period of time, and then keeping up with like everything else, like college classes and stuff, is like, I haven't slept in a while. I joined because this person's father is the coach, and she's also my best friend. So in 8th grade, she was like, hey, they're opening up the robotics team at the high school to the middle schoolers. You're joining.
And I joined because I thought it would be fun and because my dad was the coach.
The team just got back from a huge meet in Grand Forks where they had a lot of success.
It was fun.
We ranked 26th overall, and then we got picked in playoffs, and we placed 5th.
We also won the Industrial Design Award, which really means our robot was functional, like it like was designed really, really well, and it looked cool. So.
Next week, the team heads to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, or Cedar Falls, Iowa, for the next competition. Good luck.
Correspondents Callie, Allie, and Kayla went out to see what everyone's plans are for spring break. Some of them are a surprise. Let's take a look.
What are your plans for spring break?
I'm going to go to Orlando, Florida with Vince, and we're going to golf.
Well, actually just yesterday, the possibility of going to Florida was brought up in my house, so.
Driving or flying?
Driving.
Ir Mexico con mis amigos.
Me too. Okay, Connor, what are your plans for spring break?
I'm taking the family down to Mexico.
You're taking them?
Yep.
I'm going to Mexico.
I'm going on a cruise.
Mexico.
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 I'm going to Mexico with all my friends. I'm here with Isaac from Rockford. What are you doing for spring break?
Going to Mexico.
What part of Mexico?
Cancun.
All right. What part of Cancun?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go hold my new baby nephew.
Stay home.
I'm going to Colorado.
Why aren't you going?
I don't know.
He's a loser.
Who are you going with?
My dad and my sister. And not Ethan. He was not invited.
What? What are your plans for spring break?
Well, we're sticking around for a little while here, and then we're heading to South Carolina where my wife's sister lives. So excited to get some golf in.
We're going to Mexico together.
Aww.
Going to Montana. We're visiting our surprise uncle.
Surprise uncle?
Yeah, it's a new uncle. Yep.
Oh, like engaged? Did he like get into the family or something?
Well, it was like a surprise, and my grandpa had a kid with someone.
Oh!
We've had some pretty crazy weather for the past couple weeks. Now let's check in and see what we've got with our local weatherman, Richard Provost.
Good morning, and welcome back to your weekly weekend weather report on KRDS News. I'm your local weatherman, Richie, and I'm so sad because this is our very last weather report for the quarter. It's my last day in the job. I was hoping to get this role again, but unfortunately someone else has to take on the role of being the weather forecaster, so whoever that is, good luck on that. But anyways, back to the weather. So it snowed today once again. Today we're going to get to a high of 15 degrees with a 7% chance of snow and partly cloudy. And later on in the evening we're going to dip down to 9 degrees with a 13% chance of snow and cloudy. Tomorrow we're going to get to a high of 23 degrees with a 5% chance of snow, and later on in the evening we're going to get to a low of 1 degree with a 6% chance of snow, and will be cloudy later on in the evening. Sunday we're going to get to a high of 27 degrees and sunny. Then later on in the evening we're going to get to a low of 14 degrees and a little cloudy in the night. That's the weather for the weekend, and I'll tell you what, I also looked at the weather for our spring break. We're going to have mid-40 degree weather, but starting off right off the bat after Sunday, we're more than likely going to have rain. But then the clouds should calm down after that. And while you're on spring break, take some time to relax. Whether you're working more or go on a cruise to wherever you're at, or even just hang out with friends. Relax while you can. But anyways, that's your weather for the weekend. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for making this a fun job for me and everyone else in our class. We can't wait to see what next quarter is going to bring us and how much work our fourth quarter KRDS brings to the table. Thanks to the people working behind the cameras and the titles. They do a lot of hard work, and sometimes they don't get enough credit for their job. And good job to everyone else who worked in that class as well. I had a lot of fun. I'm your local weatherman, Richie, and thank you for listening to your weekly weekend weather report on KRDS News. Now on to retirement. I mean sports.
The sports updates are limited this week, so let's take a look. The boys basketball team had their final game last weekend. Good season, boys, and great career, Ryan Newman. We'll be bringing you an interview with the guys' team when we get back from spring break. The spring sports are off to a great start. Softball and track started their season this week, and golf started the week after spring break. That's all for this quarter's KRDS team. Have a great spring break and enjoy your time off. I'm Callie. And I'm Kayla. And as always, go Cars!